What did China know, and when did they know it? That's a key question in the coronavirus crisis. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo directly blames China for allowing this virus to spread around the world.
As the Chinese government, as the Communist Party, could we have a similar success here with our civil liberties that we take for granted?
Yeah, I'm confident we can handle it here. I'm confident that we'll handle it better than any nation in the world. I'm happy you complimented the Chinese Communist Party today, but remember, this is the Wuhan coronavirus that's caused this, and the information that we got at the front end of this thing wasn't perfect, and has led us now to a place where much of the challenge we face today is put us behind the curve. And that's not it's not the way infectious disease doctors tell me it should work. It's not the way America works, with the transparency and openness and the sharing of the information that needs to take place. It has proven incredibly frustrating to work with the Chinese Communist Party to get our hands around the data set, which will ultimately be the solution to both getting the vaccine and attacking this risk.
In the early days of the virus, the Chinese government refused to allow investigators from either the World Health Organization or the American Centers for Disease Control from even entering the country. The CDC has a disease SWAT team called the Epidemic Intelligence Service. They're some of the best disease detectives in the world, and they can be anywhere within 24 hours to stop the spread of a disease. They still haven't been allowed into China. The World Health Organization was not allowed into China until mid-February. The world found out about the coronavirus in the Chinese city of Wuhan on January 3rd, and that was only because it came up during a phone call between someone from the CDC and a Chinese counterpart. And now, according to a Chinese newspaper, government documents show that the first reported case of this new strain of the coronavirus was of a 55-year-old man in Hubei province on November 17th, 2019. So there was one known case on November 17th of 2019. By the time the CDC learned about it on January 3rd, there were 378 cases. And on January 30th, when the World Health Organization announced that COVID-19 was now a global health emergency, there were 9,792 cases, 213 people had died, and it spread to 18 countries. Who knows how many lives could have been saved if China had just alerted the world about the virus in November or December, if they had allowed some of the best medical minds in the world to enter their country to stop the disease before it spread around the globe. Instead, in late December of 2019, when this man, Li Wenyoung, a doctor at Hunan Central Hospital, posted on social media that he was seeing several patients with a highly infectious virus that was causing severe respiratory problems that turned out to be COVID-19, he wasn't hailed as a hero. He was arrested and forced to sign a statement by police that he made the whole thing up. Dr. Wenyoung died in February from COVID-19. The Chinese government did a complete about-face on the doctor and hailed him as a martyr, which is officially the highest honor that can be bestowed on a citizen of China. And yet, in March, China enacted a new law criminalizing any social media post that makes the government look bad. If you think China has seen the error of its ways, it hasn't. And to top it off, the New York Times now reports that the CIA has warned the White House that China is still hiding information about the virus and is vastly underreporting the numbers. President Trump was harshly criticized for using the term Chinese virus.
Why do you keep using this? A lot
Because
of
it
people
comes
say
from
it's
China.
racist.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate.
The president has since stopped using the term. But given what we know about China purposely keeping the virus a secret from the rest of the world for a month and a half, arresting a doctor who tried to warn the world, keeping out the best medical minds in the world who could have stopped the spread of the virus, and to this day, withholding information about the virus and downplaying the numbers. Well, maybe we should be calling it the Chinese virus. After all, they own it. I'm Larry Mendte. We'll talk again soon.